Twitter. Let's talk Elon Musk. Is Twitter just blowing up on itself? Jeff, what the hell's happening? Do you like it? Is it fun? Is it trashy? What do you think of when you think of Twitter?
All I know is that I have probably never received more DMs from people talking about Twitter than any other social media platform in the history of my lifespan of doing what I'm doing now. And I have received a lot of message about TikTok over the years, but never have I received so many messages recently about Twitter. And so love it or hate it. And by the way, it's about 50-50. Love it or hate it, you're all talking about it. And that is the name of the game. And so I think, Tristan, Elon is on to something. I'm just not sure what yet.
Well, it's interesting. I talked to Daryl Eves just a couple of hours ago. He's the he's the I guess you'd call him like the Godfather of YouTube. He's the one that mentors Mr. Beast and everyone else. He actually
Vid Summit.
Yeah, you got it. That's the dude. He consults Google on YouTube. That's how crazy this is. And they created YouTube. He said that this is what's crazy to me. He said that China is 4 to 5 years ahead of everyone else when it comes to video and social media. And that was shocking to me. And I was like, whoa, wait a second. What do you mean? He's like, well, TikTok originally hired me, him, not me, to come down to Singapore and consult on what this all looks like. He says they revealed the algorithm to him. They showed it how it all works. And at that time, they were ahead of everything else he had seen. And I was like, dude, that's kind of nuts. I would have never thought that,
Wow.
Jeff. Have you?
What year was this?
This was 2017, 18, around there.
Wow.
Around there.
But I
But
mean, it makes sense because TikTok is ahead.
and look, that's why I'm bringing this up because it goes back to Twitter. Jeff and I love following Elon, whether you hate him or not. That doesn't matter because to us it's just fun and we learn a lot, right? And the guy's nuts and he's also a genius. But when we look at stuff like this, right? Which let me see if I can position this. This is Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. There it is. This is the board that the Twitter team was working on. It's on Twitter. It's not like Jeff and I were in the room, which would have been cool. But you could see here on the left where the whole journey starts. And if you take time to look through this, you understand what they're working on to make the Twitter algorithm better. In essence, they're going to take what we've seen out there with YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, the things that have worked, and even Clubhouse, and the subscriptions that we've seen through newsletters. They're going to take what's worked and they're going to bring it to Twitter. So the thing that people are missing is the inability for us as people that are watching in and seeing all of this crazy stuff happen, the inability for us to wait to see what's actually being worked on. And I think that's just a regular human thing, dude. We criticize everything we see. We say, hey, oh, this guy's crazy. Look what he's doing. He did a poll to bring Trump back. But at the end of the day, it's engaging, right? It's crazy,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's engaging.
I mean, I think we're I think people are getting their panties in a bunch a little bit too much about the controversial things that he's doing, like laying people off and just kind of coming in guns a blazing. I think you look at him and say he's just a rich asshole. But I think you're forgetting that he is the founder of Tesla, like the most innovative automobile to ever be created. And if he's capable of that, what else is he capable of? And I don't know. I literally was having this conversation with another real estate agent last night who's very anti Elon. There was actually two at the same time. One was like, I love it. And the other one was like, I hate that son of a gun. And I told him, I said, mark my words, I predict that Twitter will get better.
Oh,
I think Elon will come. He's going to come out of this. I think there might be some intentionality and there might be some non-intentionality where he's being controversial. Part of it intentional and part of it not. But I think The intentional part is that he knows he has to be that because he knows we'll quickly forget about it when he turns around and all of a sudden starts creating some positive news.
Yeah.
Because Elon's never really been controversial. He's just kind of wacky. He's just off the wall.
Yeah, he's a little wacky, right? But
Yeah,
it's
but he's
funny to see.
not like Trump controversial. He's just wacky
No.
controversial, I
Yeah,
guess.
I agree, man. I agree. And look, I want to showcase one article. It's by this. We typically go to social media today, or we go to ours, Drunk on Social, which is being redone, by the way. So you can take a look at drunkonsocial.com. 5 Twitter updates that Elon Musk should consider to maximize revenue at the app. And all of these are along the lines of what they're already going to be doing. One of them is business subscriptions, which we have seen that they're talking about. Next one, I won't go deep into these. The other one is audience segmentation and access. And we're already seeing that happen just based on that graph, on that picture that I showed you previously. And audience segmentation is pretty deep because as the algorithm gets better, right, then the algorithm will be able to identify quicker which things you post will gather a lot more love around it. And I love that. And this is why we need to pay attention to Twitter for our business. Because what's going to happen again, Jeff? You're going to have all these people that hate Twitter, and they'll be like, "Oh, Twitter's so stupid. It's going down the toilet. Everyone's leaving." And then a year from now, they'll be like, "Shit, I wish I was on Twitter a year ago to understand all the little nuances that are changing so that I could have all of these followers again." That's
Mm-hmm.
same thing. Same story as TikTok. Isn't that crazy?
That's that for everybody who hates or has an anti-Musk, anti-Twitter sentiment right now. My guess is you probably had an anti-sentiment towards TikTok back in 2019. And I want you to just stop for a second, look in the mirror and think about that. If that's true, then you might want to rethink or just don't bother and come back a year or two from now and say, damn it, they were right again.
Yeah.
Whichever you choose. But here's what I'll tell you all. Anybody listening to this, you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose by paying
Yeah.
attention. You have nothing to lose by potentially embracing just in case something does happen. Because here's my advice for Twitter, which they don't give a rat's ass about what I have to say. But I think they should stay in their lane, evolve it. I hear talk about how they're going to become more TikTok like. I don't think that's a good move for them. I think people love Twitter because Twitter's so different. And I think they need to stay outside that lane and just think about how they can innovate in that there because they're in an arena of one. And so I think they would be smart.
Yeah.
Elon would be smart to stay out there.
I agree, man. I agree. And look, I think along those lines, this article suggests that they should do make spaces and live streams Twitter Blue only features. That could happen, right? Because we're already charged with Twitter Blue anyway. And then I think along your lines, the creator profiles, right, making them more robust so that more creators come in and then they get paid more, and then build revenue platforms or pathways via partner subscriptions. So I think that allows bigger companies to come back and say, well, you know what, I want to work with Twitter again. But Twitter isn't any different than Facebook or Instagram or TikTok because TikTok gets a lot of hate because they're Chinese. Facebook gets a lot of hate because people think Mark Zuckerberg's a robot. Twitter's now getting a lot of hate because Elon Musk is a weird dude. So it's one thing or another. Pick the one you're not gonna like and just jump in and stop bitching because you're either gonna use this as a business or you're not. And I
Yeah.
think most of us want to use this as a business. So get on it. Get on it and get going.
I think people listening to this are probably loyal followers of ours. And I think one of the questions somebody might have is, well, what are you guys going to do? And I'll answer it and then let you finish by answering with yours
Shoot.
and wrap it up. And my answer is it's probably not going to change anything for me. I still pay attention. I pay attention passively. I still post. I post passively. I don't think that's going to change. I just think that I want to stay dialed in just in case something grabs attention like a TikTok did because I want to be on the forefront of it if it does, so I can jump in quickly. And so, for those of you that might be in the same arena, just multi-post. Just spread your post out to. Don't create anything new for Twitter. Just post over to Twitter and just stay passively and engaged. Tristan, what about you?
I'm going to engage a lot more because I realize that Twitter like everything else. Twitter rewards you when you engage because then it brings those people that you engage with to wonder, hey, what is Tristan up to? So my goal is just to start with deeper engagement with a lot of the people that are already there following me. There you go, man. I like it. All right,
Love
Jeff.
it. Love
Good
it.
hat. I love your hat. Go visit
Thanks, bud.
drunkonsocial.com as we're rebuilding that one. You'll love it. Good jersey, Jeff. U.S. tied with Wales. If you recorded it,
I
we
don't want to
just
talk about
ruined
it.
it for you. So watch the World Cup, everybody. Watch the World Cup.
See you tomorrow.